That's right, I'm having this rant. I don't want allies anymore. Now, just a disclaimer, I love my allies, please don't hate me, but I know that the real allies are going to understand what I'm saying and why I'm saying it, because it needs to be said. As the Pride movement has become more mainstream, we have had a lot of people calling themselves allies. And I'm kind of sick of it. I love the progress that our community has made. However, there are two tiers of allies, and I am not interested in the self-proclaimed allies anymore. What I want is accomplices. Okay? For example, I am a queer person. I live a queer life, which is unbelievably difficult. There are so many people in society right now that I see in my life who kind of think that the fight is over just because we have equal marriage, just because we have pride parades going through the street. They're kind of like, okay, well, we're done. No, that is not the lived experience of so many queer people in this country and around the world. I am a coach. I have people coming to me every single day, distraught, stressed, traumatized. Okay, because of having to try to navigate life as a queer person. Life as a queer person is unbelievably difficult. And if people don't understand that, then you're not an ally. I want an accomplice. Okay, and the difference is an accomplice is somebody who actually supports me in my daily life. Okay? What I mean is, for example, an accomplice, someone who actually decides that they want to find out about terminology before asking me what it is. An accomplice is somebody who, do you know what, when they see that I'm having a hard time with a homophobic or queerphobic person, they step in. Yeah, but someone who checks in on me if there's like a horrific news story, yeah, in the media about some awful homophobic attack. Yeah, it's those people in work who see that I'm wearing my nail polish and are like, do you know what, by the way, I'd really love if you wore that into the office. You know, people who are there in the trenches every day, it's the everyday stuff. That is the difference between an ally and accomplice. An ally is somebody who supports the LGBT community in general. An accomplice is somebody who supports me. Yeah? Or whoever the queer friends, family members, colleagues are in your life. Real life stuff. Do you actually support real people, or do you support a general idea? Linked to that is this idea of inclusion. I swear to God, if I hear the word inclusion one more time, I don't want inclusion. Okay? We talk about diversity and inclusion. If you think about that, what you're saying is, we're in the club, okay, we're in charge, the cis straight people, and we're going to include you. We're going to invite you in. Yeah? Girl, no. I don't want to be included in. You don't have the power to include me. I will decide if I want to include you in my world. Okay? You ain't in charge. So I don't want to hear about diversity and inclusion. I am my own person. I do not need to be let into any club that you think is like the norm. No, I'm out here making my own norm, and you will be honored to be invited into my world. And here's the other thing. People are so scared to offend me as a queer person. Okay, there are so many times that I hear like, oh, well, I don't understand the terminology and I get a bit scared and I don't want to say the wrong thing. No, say the wrong thing. Do you know what? Say the wrong thing. I would love for you to say the wrong thing Because do you know what that gives me the opportunity to do? That gives me the opportunity, and all of us, the opportunity to see who you really are. Right? The alternative, though, which is what we have at the moment a lot of time, is like people are scared to say anything because they don't want to upset the apple cart. Say it. Say what you feel. And we will decide whether we want to hang around with you. We will decide whether you're a safe person. We will decide if you're an ally or not. I do not want people to feel nervous around me. Okay? I'm not going to bite. Just be honest. Okay? Because with honesty, that is where you get true intimacy. Okay? And if you are honest, then I can be honest and I can make my own decisions rather than living in this world of like people being weird around me. People from other marginalized identities have told me the same. It's like, oh, people are just so awkward and weird. Be authentic with me. If you don't like me, fine. I will move away from you. But don't pretend, because when you pretend, we don't know what your real intentions are. And we feel tense as well. So stop. The next thing is, I do not want to be your educator. Oh my gosh, the amount of apparent allies who are like, oh, you should write a book to educate people about the LGBT community. What? No, I don't want to write a book. I want to write a book about my authentic experiences to inspire and encourage people who are like me. I don't want to write a book being like, the L stands for lesbian, the G stands for gay. Go to Google. Go to Google. Google is your friend in this. I am sick and tired of having to educate people. Do you have any idea how exhausting it is trying to educate people on things that you don't even necessarily understand in yourself? And in the middle of a family event, in the middle of work, in the middle of a pub when you're having a drink, like that is just a no. If you had, let's say, a disabled child, yeah, would you, as a parent, ask them to educate you about their disability? No, you would not. You would go out immediately and you would try to find out everything you possibly could about their disability and about their needs so that you could understand them and you could teach them. My accomplices are people who teach me, people who uplift me, people who go and they're like, do you know what? I care about Mark. So I want to find out. I want to have a real conversation and actually show him that I care. And so that they can educate others. This is what my accomplices do. Don't ask me to educate you on something that is deeply traumatic and confusing for me. Even me, as an LGBTQ plus educator, I literally have a whole YouTube channel. And yet I still find it really, really difficult when people ask me to explain things in that way. And I know people will be like, oh, but we just want to ask questions. Like, no. We as queer people know the people who are asking genuine questions from the people who just can't be bothered to look on Google. So, also, here's the thing. When you come from a marginalized community, you will more often than not have developmental trauma from that, okay? Simply from growing up in a society that is terrifying. So what we need is people with whom we can co-regulate, okay? What that means is people we can feel safe with. Yeah? And that's why we hang around with other queer people. And that's why we get extremely awkward and tense around cis hetero people a lot of the time. Okay? Because we are actually full on traumatized. Our body is going to a state of shock. And we cannot regulate our nervous system because it's been so traumatized. So if you are a cis hetero person and you want to be an ally, don't be an ally. Co-regulate with me, okay? And to co-regulate with me, you need to be 100% authentic, 100% honest, and to allow me to be 100% authentic and honest. Not you're a queer person and I'm your ally. No, that's like you're this and I'm that. That's othering. Yeah, and that's what's traumatized me. Okay, so even if you're caring for me, even if you're trying to do the right thing, even if you're trying to be good, or you're seeking my approval, you want to tick in the box on diversity. No, none of that is going to create that co-regulation. Okay, the co-regulation needs honesty, it needs authenticity, it needs for us to be equals. So allies is not, I don't want allies. I want equals, I want accomplices, I want people who are with me. Does that make sense? And then finally, the reason why I don't want allies anymore is I feel like people believe that they can call themselves allies and therefore they can continue to do all of these wild things which uphold the patriarchy, which uphold heteronormativity, which uphold toxic masculinity, which uphold the gender binary, all of these things, transphobia and so on. And like, they're okay to do that. So like, I have, let's say, cis hetero allies who they will still say madly, wildly biphobic things. They'll be like, oh, that man was married to that woman and that woman cheated on him. Oh, but he is bisexual, so it's probably his fault. So I can understand it from her perspective. Wild things, okay? I have colleagues who will go to Pride, they will wear the rainbow lanyard, okay? They'll go to the inclusion talks. And then they'll be like, yeah, I mean, I do kind of get where J.K. Rowling is coming from. No. For somebody like myself who is non-binary, somebody like myself who is fluid, I just see these things in society, right? The focus on monogamy, the focus on romantic love needing to correspond to sex, like getting married, stag do's, hen do's, like all of the gender reveal parties. Yeah, like gay best friends. Like there's so much in society that is just so wrong and needs to be questioned and needs to be addressed. And if you're one of those people who's just like, yeah, it's all fine now, like I'm an ally, yay, job's done, and like we're all completely fine now. No, because we are only at the beginning. You know, so if I say those things to you and you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I agree with that. Oh no, you know, but you can't come for me for that. Well, cool, great. Let me know that, and that's fine. I'll respect you, but like, you're not really in this with me, if that makes sense. You're maybe in a part of it that's already been won. So that's why I don't want allies anymore. I don't want people who support the community or Pride or whatever. I want accomplices, people who are with me, people with whom I can regulate and be honest and have that real life intimacy with, who can support me, I can support them, and we can both grow and learn and create a better world together. So that was my rant. I hope that it speaks to you. If you disagree with some of the things that I say, even better, let's start a conversation. That's just why I put it out there. You don't have to agree, and that's completely fine. Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you have any more points that you want to make. If you would like to find out more about how to be an ally to the bisexual community, then check this video out. Thank you for listening. Please share this so that all our allies can learn. I will speak to you again soon. Bye for now.